Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the game. I'm your host, GamerK's, and it's time for the very first of 2026's Tales from the Convention. And I am going all the way back to my first big convention. And yeah, I've said that a lot about a bunch of conventions at Fan Expo, but this one was my very first one, Motor City Con 2015. Almost 10 years of doing over 10 years of doing conventions, and I have so many more tales to tell this year. But this one, I'm going to my very first one. This happened, my dad's the one who found the conventions, and he found out that Toronto was having one, and some people I liked were going, and I only met one celebrity there, but I also kind of, a side thing from this one, I actually talked with William Zabka, of all people, but here's the kicker. I was waiting in line for this celebrity that I'm talking to, and he was coming around, and I said, loved you in the Karate Kid, and he said, thank you, and I'm like, oh my God, no bullshit, I thought he was the instructor. I thought he was the instructor of Cobra Kai. But it was Johnny Lawrence, the whole thing. And then years later, I got a picture with Johnny, William Zabka, Ralph Macchio, and I can't remember his name, but the badass from number 2, the villain of number 2, who later came in the Cobra Kai series. Still have yet to watch that. Don't judge me. But yeah, this was my very first official convention. We went for a couple hours. And this was my, aside from meeting 2 Power Rangers who were in Dino Thunder, Ethan and Trent, who I got a photo of them, but I didn't get an autograph. I was dumb at the time. I was an idiot. I was still new. But this is my very first official celebrity meet. And it was from a show that me and my father started watching and loved from that previous year, Gotham. My dad is an old school Batman fan of the Adam West series, the movies, and he likes the animated series that we watch around too. And I was new Batman generation, the Batman animated series, the Batman from the 2000s. And obviously the video games. So us bonding over Gotham was our show. It was the show we watched every fucking week, every single Monday when it was on. If we missed an episode, I would record it. And during lockdown, we finished the final season together. And down here in the Game Hub, we watched it on Netflix. And I have the entire series of DVDs. But yeah, he mentioned one actor was going to be there from Gotham, and I had to meet her. She was younger than me. 2015, I would have been, let's see, minus 11 years. I would have been 21. And this actress was like 13, 14, 15, 14 years old at the time. My first celebrity meet was someone younger than me, and I just had to give her high praise to no end. I'm talking about the young actress who, after this show, she didn't really do a lot anymore. I think she started doing less acting, and I know she does a lot of dance stuff. So, dancer and actress who gave Selena Kyle the star that she deserved on Gotham, because everybody remembers Catwoman, but nobody ever gets Selena Kyle to the extent. And that was the actress Cameron Bicondova. She was so cute back in the day. She was so amazing as the role. She had the flirt. She had the somewhat flirtatious nature with Bruce that I loved. She had the energy, the spunk, the absolute streetwise personality and wit that I look for with this character, and she did it in spades. I got 2 thing signed by her. I'm covering this one up. I got this signed print by her. I'm covering up the name because, again, I don't really like having my actual name on YouTube. But there it is. My first celebrity autograph ever. And I also, I didn't have the Gotham Season 1 DVD at the time, and since this was Catwoman's first outing into the game, I got her to sign Batman Arkham City. Because it was the only Catwoman thing I had at the time. I didn't have artwork. There was no artwork. And this one I got in 2023 at a local convention, so yeah. Which, if you can't tell, is the Arkham series characters with their Gotham counterparts. But yeah, meeting Cameron Bicondova was such a thrill. She was so cute. She was so humble that someone loved the show that much. And also, it was right after mid-season. Yeah, the halfway of season 1. And what I remembered from the last part was that small, quick kiss that she gave to David Mazzato. David Mazzato, aka Bruce Wayne. It was like, and she's older than him, so that kind of made it a little bit better and cute for the dynamic. I was just talking to her about how cool, how awesome she was, how she brought Selena Kyle into her own without having to rely on the Catwoman name. And she just did it so well. And she looks like a young Michelle Pfeiffer. It's insane. The minute I saw her in her black getup and the curly hair, it was almost like they took so much inspiration from Batman Returns with Michelle Pfeiffer. And that is something that, honestly, she's fantastic. She's a lot older now. I just saw recently, like this week, of she did like a somewhat interview about it. I don't know what she's doing nowadays. I hope she's doing well. But yeah, talking to her at the convention, it was my first time talking to a celebrity, so I didn't know about everything, but I definitely asked, I didn't ask her any obvious questions about the show because obviously they can't say anything. I get that. But I just told her, the one question I did ask her is, I know it's probably not for, a good number of seasons because this show is great. What part of playing Selena, is definitely a fun part for you? And the way she answered, she was a little hesitant about that. Not knowing what was going to happen in the show, because, again, it was still halfway of season 1, and the show could have gotten canceled for whatever reason. But she said that she would have loved to do a lot of action scenes, because there wasn't a lot of action scenes with Selena a lot in season 1, or the halfway mark. But she said she would have loved to learn a lot of the choreography to do fight scenes. And I'm glad we got a lot of that in the later seasons with her, because they were just so awesome. And yeah, definitely a highlight of my convention tales. And my very first one, official celebrity meet. I will say, even though it's not a lot of talking about it, not a lot happened. Again, it was my first convention, first time meeting a celebrity. Wasn't really that great with how to do it so well. And plus with someone so young. I was 21. She was freaking 14. But I will say this. If she had continued to do more acting, I guarantee you she would be really big in a lot of good series and a lot of good movies. She was in a couple things, if I'm remembering correctly. She was in an episode of Shake It Up, I remember, as a dancer, in that show, if I remember correctly, with a bunch of kid dancers. And I didn't really watch the show that much, but I caught the episode she was on. Yeah, Bicondova knows how to dance. I'm just going to say that. So if I see her in future music videos as a dancer or something, I wouldn't be surprised. And yeah, Basically, this cat definitely left an impression in the Gotham universe, in the Batman universe. And I wish her nothing but the best in her whatever she does in the future. And that's it for my very first convention tale of the year 2026. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe down below, and I'll be back in April doing more convention tales, and we got 5 more to do this year because, like, February, no, wait. Yeah, we got 5 more this year because, again, every month, every second month, and then next year, I switch it. So, join me next time. Join me in April, ladies and gentlemen, for my next one. Now I just got to figure out what to do for this one. I'll think of something. This is GamerK, logging out.